within different departments, when they have their department meeting, inviting people from other departments into that meeting. We don't need you to do anything, we don't need you to say anything, we want you to sit in and listen to how we talk about and think about what we do. We want to include you to just hear our process. And at the end of our meeting, if you have a weekly staff meeting, your weekly gathering, your weekly department meeting, you just every week invite someone from a different part of your world, different department, different area, different location. Zoom in with us. Listen. Listen how we talk. Listen how we think. Listen how we process. And at the end of it, you have any thoughts? We'd really value that. We'd really appreciate you sharing about how we think about it, or maybe a thought you have on it. And at first it's this. People are like, why do you want me there? What do you want me to do there? It's threatening to them, an invitation. But once you start doing it on a weekly basis, it creates a culture where you're inviting people to be a part of things that they don't naturally offer their contribution to. And again, contribution is a critical component of people carrying an ownership spirit. And so you invite people into that world, into your world, and it's a game changer on what inclusion actually looks like. Instead of it being an event, instead of we're doing a DEI week, instead of we're going to really spotlight and point these things out, because what you want is, you want people to really feel connected, not just included for the sake of inclusion, but for inclusion to contribute. And that happens through some sort of invitation. And that's how renters think in an organization. They think, my room's the most important room in the house. My room's so valuable. This is where I spend all my time. This is where I've customized, I've personalized, I've made it mine. It's so critical. They're so generous to think, listen, I'm happy for the other rooms. The other rooms are nice, but my room's the most important. And what happens in those other rooms, as long as they don't mess with my room, I'm fine. You know, as an owner, which room I like the best in a house? I like the laundry room, I like the upstairs bathroom, I like the downstairs. I don't buy rooms. I buy houses. A room only has value when it's part of a house. We're all for the house. That's the first priority. How's the house doing? And then let's deal with our rooms second. And what you'll find is, here's what you'll find consistently. When leaders think rooms first, and you wonder why there's silos, and there's these divisions, and there's these separation. All you got to do is work up the chain, work up the process of leadership, and when they value the room first, they start creating separation. It seems like it's semantics, it's not. And so if you're in charge of the DEI movement, and you're one of those who are proposing, we're working to include different perspectives, different generations, different ethnicities, all the differences that people have. How are we getting them all to the table to get their voices? You've got to recognize this threat of people not appreciating a perspective where they have no history of what we've gone through. And so, what I have found, well, when we had this situation at the house with the stove and the oven, of course, I said to Mom, because I'm an owner, Mom, get on Lowe's, get on Best Buy, get on Hahn's website, find a stove oven combination you love. Pick out 5 different ones. Colors, features. I'm not going to buy the most expensive. I'm not going to buy the least expensive. I'm not going to buy the second most expensive because I want it to last a long time. But I'm going to involve you in the decision making, not only because you're going to benefit from it, but I want you loving getting up and going into your kitchen every day. I want you getting up and thinking, I love these appliances because you picked them out. Right? Because I want to involve people, because that is the upside of involvement. Once they make a contribution, then they're vested. Then that idea is partially my idea. And I'm going to do whatever I can to make that thing succeed. That's why we want inclusion so much. We want people to be grafted into our mission, into our goals, into our processes. But we've got to find a way to let those voices be heard.